Mark, how much do you need to have a look at Eusebio Manchester in training before you decide how to use him on the weekend?
I just want to get him involved with the boys. I know he's a good player. I know he's got ability. I know what he can bring to the squad. So we'll just see where it fits in today. I haven't picked my team. I know where I want to go. We'll just see how one or two are after a few knocks the other night, and really go from there. I know what I want to play. I know what I want to do. Whether I can do that after one session, we'll have to see on a few things today. But no, he'll fit in great. He's quick. He's a good footballer. He's got a great attitude, and I think we can hopefully get something out of him.
And the language, I understand his English isn't great, but does he need much more than man on and presumably the swear words you already know?
We'll see. Listen, he can play football. It's a universal language. We'll get by. I've just had a conversation with him. He's fine. And I say, I don't see that being an issue.
And it must give everyone a lift going into Shrewsbury as well.
Well, it gives the group a lift. It probably, a challenge to the strikers that we've already got. And okay, let's see what he's about. And hopefully, that's what we have to be. We have to be trying to bring the best players in that we can. The group have got to embrace them, and I have no doubt that they will. He gives us something we haven't probably got in that area, pace, and hopefully that can have the same effect that Kobe had for us.
And if defence is less inclined to play a high line against you, does that give you more room to play as well?
Yeah, ideally. Yeah, we're trying to, we want to play. There's times we've got to go a little bit more direct, but I think the other night in particular, we passed the ball really well, and that's what we're trying to encourage. We're trying to be better and better with the ball as the weeks go by. On the whole, I've been very pleased with performances. Just getting that win.
Does Terry's request, to go on the list, does that make any difference in terms of your thoughts on selecting him or not?
Well, he'll be in the squad, and like I said, I've got a few questions to answer this morning on the training ground just to see who's 100%, who's not quite there, and what we fancy, doing tomorrow. So options is what we're after. Competition for places, got that now, and it's time we started to turn our performances into some results as well.
I mean, talk about the competition up front as well as at the back. At the back, if you are, your defenders have produced the goods with the clean sheets, and up front, less clear. It's about, I imagine, in your own mind of who your first choices are.
Yeah. Exactly. We don't look like we're going to, at our level, we don't look like we're going to concede too many goals. Touch wood, and that's always got to be the case, and we don't take that for granted. We work extremely hard at that. The other end of the pitch has been a little bit of a concern in terms of the number of goals that we've taken, considering the amount of chances that we've been creating. Obviously, that speaks for itself, but we haven't panicked with it. We just want to get a different option in Eusebio, and we're delighted to have got him because it's been a few knocks on their door to make it happen, and the others to be brave, to just to start taking chances that we're creating for them. And it's the hardest job in football to score goals. We know that, so we've all got to contribute.
And Shrewsbury struggling as well. I think they've only scored twice in the last 8. So, I mean, is this something that's sort of gone around League 2 this year, that teams are a lot tighter and harder to break down?
I don't know about Northampton Accrington thinking that a couple of weeks ago. I don't know. I don't know. It's just happens sometimes. And listen, the pleasing thing for us, and that's all we're concentrating on, is the fact that we are creating chances. We are, even against Bristol City, the best team in the bottom 2 divisions, we created 7-8 really good opportunities. So that's pleasing, and we just got to keep taking confidence from that, and just believing that the goals will soon go in. And I'm not in any doubt about that. But just someone's just got to go and make it happen.
And what have you made of Shrewsbury's recent form?
That's their concern. My concern is my team. We haven't exactly pulled up any trees ourselves, so we just concentrate on ourselves. Listen, I think they're a really good side. I think they've got some really talented players. think Mickey's recruited brilliantly in the summer, and you could see that the players he was assembling, what he was trying to do. I don't know why it hasn't quite happened for him over the last few weeks, but the division is tight. The division is just concertinaed up. You know, a couple of wins takes you right into the top 3 or 4. A couple of defeats and you're 17th, 18th. So there's no given, even though it's a tough place to go. You know, they had a 100% record before Newport went and got a 0-0. It's going to be a really tough place to go. Whether they play with wingers, whether they match us up and play 3-5-2, whatever they do, it's going to be a test for us. You know, they've got good attacking options, lots of good players, and Mickey's, you know, is a man that me and Sean know really well. It's going to be a good test, but we've got to stand up to it.
And the big pitch, how much, if any, difference does that make in terms of how you prepare for it?
Listen, it's only a couple of yards bigger than ours. It's not an issue. Probably suits us better. So, like I say, it's a nice place to go and play football, and we've just got to make sure that we keep performing like we are, keep believing in what we're trying to do, and keep trying to improve all the time. And if we do that, then myself, my staff, and the supporters will have no problem at all.
And you talk about the knocks, are they just sort of?
Yeah, I've got no major doubts. Just 1 or 2 bumps that I just want to see. You know, they're telling me they're recovered. We had a recovery day yesterday. They're telling me that, you know, it's not a problem. But until you get out on the grass and do a bit and put them through the paces, you know, the little bit that we are today to get them ready for tomorrow, you never, you know, they're never and you're never 100% sure. But I expect to have a bar racer, a full squad to choose from.
Does that mean Paul Black then, back of it?
Yeah, Paul trained yesterday. Saw the doc on Wednesday night and got the all clear. We'd done a couple of days in the gym. He had a bit of a virus and it's cleared up, and a bit of a tweak in his hamstring that's I think he just felt a little bit low and a bit down in himself in terms of this virus, but I think he's fine.
Thank you. Good luck.
Cheers, Paul.
You say if you have somebody you're hoping to give you that bit of explosive pace that you've maybe missed since Kobe's gone.
Yeah, I think I've said that definitely. You know, we've got a couple of players that are a little bit too alike, if you know what I mean. So he had something different to the party, different to our attacking options, and you know, hopefully we can see the best of it. You know, it's not going to just happen overnight for us, but if we can get him involved in some part tomorrow, and just get him into it, then I think you'll see a good player.
With Terry, if he comes in and starts doing the business on the pitch, is his future still at Cheltenham, or is it just up to him?
We just got to see what develops over the next couple of weeks. You know, whether he starts tomorrow and gets that opportunity, or whatever happens. You know, so I'm delighted for him that he scored. Does it change things? Well, that's down to, you know, both parties to decide over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, and fans can sometimes be not lovers of short-term loans. It's obviously a means to an end in this league. Is it something that you're reluctant to explore, or is it something that you genuinely think that?
What's that?
Short-term loans, bringing players in for a month at a time initially.
Well, the idea with Eusebio will be till January, to get him through to January, and ideally longer. But you know, we have to budget and, you know, make sure that the player fits in. We've got an agreement with Wolves where we've took him for a month, and if things are going well, then we'll do it for longer. You know, he's on a youth loan. It's his first loan out there in real football, if you like. It'll be a test, a step up for him. But one, I know that I've got every belief that he's more than capable of stepping up to, at least, and hopefully, you know, we've got good contacts at Wolves, being able to, you know, take it further as and when we need it. I don't think he's going to get in their first team right at this moment in time, but they're keen to get him out there to play him. You know, in our system, we might have to play him up top, or we might play him out wide as well at certain times. And I think they're keen to see whether he can do that as well.
Is he naturally left-sided?
No.
No. So he's more of sort of like Kobe was, a winger who can play up front.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You mentioned real football for him. Obviously, you've sent Bobby and Harry out to get real football at another level. Is that something that's absolutely crucial in their development, the same as it is with Eusebio?
Without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt. You know, people could say, well, why are you signing a 19-year-old when you've got two 18, 19-year-olds, you're sending them out on loan? Well, this lad's played at Benfica, he's been in Wolves' first team squad, and my boys need that development of playing senior football, and they're doing great when they're given their opportunity to play that. And it's the same, that's what you do. They've got to develop at other clubs sometimes, and you get the benefit of that, and they get the short-term benefit, and we're trying to do the same thing with Wolves. We've done it, look at what we've done in the past with Jack Butland, Luke Garbutt, Jimmy Spencer, and others. Marlon Pack, we took for a season-long loan. The loan system is massively beneficial to us. It gives us the flexibility to be able to go and get one or two in short-term, but it also, you get some really good deals where you can get some really good players. And I know what you mean about short-term month, but although it's an initial month, I don't anticipate it being literally 1 month. That's not the plan. But with a youth loan, you can literally do it 28 days at a time. So that's what we as a club have done, and that's fine.
Just got to hope he's probably not quite as much of an impact as Kobe did.
Exactly. Yeah, of course we did. Well, no, we want him to. We want him to.
It's the
but we want Wolves to do really well as well, and their strikers to be banging in the goals, and we want Wolves to think he's having a good time there. He's working really hard. He's learning the game. He's playing senior football and he's doing well. Let's leave him there. Let's let him get a real taste of it, and that's what we have to try and do. There's no point in him coming in and going, "Oh, we hope he has a fabulous month," and then has to go back. We want to encourage the other clubs, big clubs, to lend us players because they can see an advantage from it. Birmingham have certainly done that. I had that with Kobe, and we've done it in the past with a lot of other good players.
Did you see this being the last bit of movement for a while, or
I think so. Yeah, no, I think so. The Jordan Winter one. In an ideal world, I wouldn't have said he wouldn't have gone back in the first place. And I made that clear at the time. Bristol City needed him back. That's their prerogative, and that's totally understandable. He's their player. But since then, he was adding competition for places. We're getting people back fit, and the numbers are we've got decent numbers at the minute, and I just don't think I could carry Jordan as much as I'd love him back at the club. I think Lee's starting to show signs that what a decent player he can be, and he was adding competition in midfield. I think Hanksy's been superb. So I just Steve offered me straight after the game. Before the game, we talked about whether he was going to come back. But I'm not going to waste the club's money and just have someone. We've got a lot of good players here, and although Jordan was brilliant for us, it's something we can't do at the moment. So that's your question. Yeah, I probably am, unless we pick something up that I'm desperately short of. And the only place that I'm probably short of is another right wing back, if you like. So we'll just have to cross that bridge if it ever happens.
The next pinch point will be when John Marquis's loan's up at the end of November.
Yeah.
If Terry was to go, you'd obviously need to strengthen.
Yeah, but we've just got to be careful, with what we do. John should be here till the end of November, hopefully. We've got to be mindful of the FA Cup, early in November, so we've got to be careful of that. You're not just taking people and getting them, we've got a cup game next week and I wonder if he can play. You have to ask the question, you have to plan for it. If Terry does go out, he does leave us slightly short, but we've also, Bobby's month would be up by then. Harry's month would be, Harry's is continuation of a loan, so we could drag them back, and that's where they could, come in and go back into our squad. That's why we haven't given players permission at lower levels to go and play. So we're trying to make sure we cover every eventuality. We've got a squad at the minute that we're more than happy with. I've got probably 20 training with me, and I'm sending 4 over to Russ to get a good training session in for him as well, just so we can tidy up a little bit on a Friday. Normally we keep everybody together, but today we're just going to concentrate on the 20-man squad, and the others are going to go and get some football with Russ.
Cheers.